In the first frames, we see some kind of dark tunnel. This is the kingdom of Shinigami. We see the sitting god of death, Ryuk. Ryuk looks at many different death gods. We see one of the gods of death sleeping. The gods of death play a game with skulls. Afterwards, we see Light Yagami sitting in class. The teacher asked Light to translate the sentence. Next comes news of another murder. A 30-year-old woman was found dead, covered in blood. 35-year-old Tafuji Naoki was arrested in Tokyo. This world is rotten, thinks Light Yagami and God Ryuk. Next, we are shown a school corridor. Yagami Light is sitting in class and notices something out the window. A notebook called Death Note falls from the sky. After class, he goes outside. Light heads straight to where the notebook fell. He picks up this notebook and looks at it. Death Note. Light reads to himself and smirks. Light didn't believe that she could actually kill. What a stupid joke, Light thinks and leaves. Afterwards, he returns home. Light still takes the Death Note with him. He reads the rules written in the Death Note. So death can be made painless, Light thinks. Or you can make the victim suffer, Light says. Light lies down on the bed and looks at the ceiling. What nonsense, says Light. Still, he decides to write someone's name in it. Light thinks that he will become a killer if a person dies. News about criminals is being shown on TV again. Light decides to write the criminal's name in the Death Note. He waits 40 seconds until the criminal dies. Yagami Light continues to watch the live broadcast. The hostages started running out of the building. Light was in shock. The man announces that the criminal died unexpectedly. Yagami Light can't believe his eyes. The criminal died of a heart attack, the man announced. Mother reminds Light about preparatory classes. Light is about to leave. We'll have to try it again, Light thinks. He thinks about who would be best to test it on. Light notices Sudokuin, his classmate. Maybe I should try killing him? Light Yagami thinks. He decides it would be better not to kill people he knows. Light thinks that the world would be even better without these people. Some guy on a motorcycle rides up to a girl. Light ignores this and goes into the bookstore. The villains are trying to take off the girl's pants. Light wrote Shibataku's name in the Death Note. Suddenly, Shibataka is hit by a truck at high speed. Yagami Light is shocked by what is happening. I think it's time I met him, Ryuk says. Ryuk says he lost his Death Note. Ryuk, you had 2 of them, says another death god. Do you even remember where you might have dropped it? Asks the god of death. In the human world, Ryuk answers. Yagami Light came home and was met by his mother. Light did a good job, says Mother. Mother asks Light if he needs anything. I already have everything I need, Light thinks. Why are you surprised to see me? Ryuk asks. I am Ryuk, the Shinigami who dropped this notebook, Ryuk says. Yagami Light stands up. I'm not surprised to see you at all, Ryuk. I have no doubt that this is the Shinigami notebook. No one has killed so many people in 5 days, says Ryuk. Will you take my soul? Light Yagami asks. I'm not going to do anything to you, Ryuk replies. This Death Note is yours now. If you don't need it, give it to someone else, Ryuk says. The person who owns the notebook is condemned to torment. I'll write your name in my Death Note when you die. You'll find out more after you die, says Ryuk. Mother knocks on Light Yagami's room. Why are you sitting in the dark? Asks the mother. She doesn't see him. Light thinks and closes the door. You're the only one who can see me. The Death Note connects you and me, Ryuk says. Why did you give the notebook to me? Light asks. Ryuk really liked the apples. I didn't choose who to give it to, Ryuk replies. You picked it up by accident, that's all, Ryuk says. Then why did you drop it? Light asks. Because was boring, Ryuk replies. There's absolutely nothing for Shinigami to do these days. Killing people while sitting in the Shinigami kingdom is not interesting. I thought it would be a lot more fun here, Ryuk says. I've already punished the most notorious criminals. Soon everyone will realize that someone is getting rid of all the bad guys, says Light. Why are you doing all this? Ryuk asks. Because I'm bored too. This notebook has a power that I want to use, Light Yagami replies. Light remembers killing 2 people. What right do I have to judge people? Thinks Light Yagami. No, that's right. The world is rotten. Someone has to do it. We can't leave things as they are. I am capable of destroying all evil people. I'm the only one who can do this. I will change this world. Light thinks and begins to write. I think of it as cleaning up the world. A lot of criminals have already died of heart attacks. Soon there will be no trace left of the criminals. And the world will be a much better place in the end, says Light. You'll end up being the only criminal, Ryuk says. What are you talking about, Ryuk? Light asks. I will rule the new world as a god, says Light. I was right. People are so funny, says Ryuk. Light is in class again. The teacher asks him to translate the text. Light gets up from his desk and translates the sentence flawlessly. Well done, as expected from Yagami-kun, says the teacher. The lesson ends. Ryuk says that school is damn boring. Light walks home from school and tells Ryuk not to talk to him. A friend invites Light to a party, but he declines. Afterwards, Light writes down the names of the criminals in the notebook again. Ryuk eats apples on the bed and says that Light is a hard worker. I can write names in a notebook for a very limited time. Depriving yourself of sleep is very bad. It can harm your health. I will create a perfect world, devoid of evil, says Light. Sister knocks on the door and asks for help with her homework. Sister enters Light's room. Be careful, Light Yagami. She will see me if she touches the notebook, Ryuk says. Light began to help his little sister with her homework. An Interpol meeting discusses the mysterious deaths of criminals. According to preliminary estimates, more than 100 people died. Men say there is no point in worrying about criminals. 100 criminals couldn't have died of a heart attack. This is a planned series of murders carried out by a syndicate. First, we have to decide whether these were murders. We need to ask Detective L for help, the men say. Chief, who is this L? Asks the police officer. Nobody knows who he is, his name, what he looks like, his data. But he's solved countless cases, the chief replies. L takes on things that interest him, says the man. L has already started an investigation, says the unknown man. What are he? He's the only one who's in contact with L, the chief says. Greetings to all Interpol staff. I am L, says L. What are you planning to do in this house? Light? Ryuk asks. I can't carry this notebook with me. It's too dangerous. If trouble comes, I'll have to kill my family, Light Yagami replies. This is a brutal series of murders that must be stopped. We need the help of all investigative agencies around the world. I especially ask for cooperation from the Japanese police. I assume this criminal is hiding in Japan. I would like to place the headquarters in Japan, says L. Light shows Ryuk how he hid his death note. Actually, having the key in plain sight will only help me. The diary is the only thing on this shelf. An ordinary ballpoint pen is the real key to the notebook. We insert the rod here and it's ready, says Yagami Light. I bet no one will ever find the notebook, says Ryuk. Even if someone finds out about the double bottom, it's not a big deal. If someone tries to remove the lid by force, the fuel will catch fire. The notebook will catch fire and burn, leaving no evidence, Light says. It makes perfect sense. Most people would fall for it. You're the first person to get this far, Ryuk says. The very fact of possessing the death note is dangerous, Ryuk. A small fire is better than a death sentence, says Light. The series of deaths from heart attacks continued. All the scoundrels die one after another, says a passerby. Kira, kill them all, writes a girl standing on the street. Light shows Ryuk that even websites have already been made in his honor. Everyone now knows me as Kira, which comes from the word killer. On TV, everything is still being presented as mysterious murders. But people already understand that someone is carrying out their own righteous judgment. No one will ever say whether it is good to kill criminals. Everyone will pretend to be a good person in public. On the internet, where people can write anonymously, Kira is already everywhere. No one will say out loud that someone is getting rid of the scoundrels. Everything is going exactly according to my plan, says Light. We're now going to broadcast live from Interpol, they say on TV. I am the man known to the world as L, says Lindell Taylor. It's finally starting. L is serious, says Matsuda. Well, L, we did everything as you said, thinks the chief of police. I will definitely find you, wherever you are, says Lind. If you don't get to the death note, there's no proof. I'm absolutely impossible to catch, says Light Yagami. What you are doing is evil, says Lindell Taylor. I am justice. I am the one who will save the weak from the oppression of evil. Too simple, L, Light says and starts writing the name. Light waits 40 seconds for L to die of a heart attack. Time passes and Lind L. Taylor falls clutching his chest. Kira, can you kill people without even touching them? I couldn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. The man you killed was not me, he was a common criminal. There was no information about him on television or the internet. Go ahead, try to kill me now, L says. What happened, you can't do it? L asks. Apparently, for some reason he can't kill me. Actually, this was only broadcast in Kanto, Japan. You have given yourself away. You are now in Japan, in the city of Kanto. Your first victim in the killing spree was the Shinjuku killer. Besides, it was only reported on TV in Japan. And this first sacrifice was a test of your abilities. Kira, very soon I will send you to execution, says L. He proved the existence of Kira, his murder, says the chief. We'll meet soon, Kira, L says and hangs up. Interesting, you are accepted into the game, says Light Yagami. L, Kira, no matter what happens, I will find you and deal with you, say Light Yagami and L.